I am Pia Datta, and you are watching Galaxy News on Galaxy TV, your one stop for all latest updates from all over the world. First up, we have the headlines. India finally becomes the world's largest population. Bone of a tiger excavated from Kaziranga National Park of Guwahati, Assam. The locals are shocked at this discovery. Drinking water's prices have finally been lowered to 4,750 rupees per litre. Tsunami alerts have rocked the east coast of India for the third time in 5 days. Agitations in Goa have led to the formation of the 99th Indian state. And finally, Fair and Lovely has launched its anti-radiation masks. We will then have entertainment news, but first we have news in detail. India finally becomes the world's largest population. After years of struggle to attain number one position after being number two for so long, India has finally beaten China in terms of population. While India has been on the number one spot for poverty, unemployment and many other such issues, it is a first in all history for a population crisis. Politicians are now worried about how we are going to feed so many mouths, but then the people are happy. They don't really bother about the food crisis, as they are happy to have reached the number one spot, and celebrations are on all over for the fact that every third person in the world now is an Indian. Next, we have the news of the bone of a tiger which has supposedly been found in Kaziranga National Park of Guwahati, Assam. The tiger was India's national animal, but unfortunately, because it got extinct in 2016, after much deliberation in 2020, the Indian stray dog has been adopted as the national animal, as you all are very well aware. Now, this bone of the tiger which has been found has gone for investigation, as will be told by our special correspondent. Before that, let me give you a little more of background into the Indian tiger. This tiger was extinct, as I said, by 2016, and it has also, the tiger, as we knew it then, was a very majestic animal, but the last ones went missing after 2016, and the guards didn't even know, the officials at the park. But anyway, that's enough of background. We go to our special news correspondent for this piece, Lipika Seth. Over to you, Lipika.
Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome. We are at Guwahati, Assam, and we have just found a bone of a tiger here, and the locals are pretty excited. The tiger had got into extinction nearly 3 decades ago, and it's the first time that in 30 years that even a bone of a tiger has been found. So this is a reason for local rejoicement here, and this bone has gone for testing to make sure whether it's a tiger bone in the end. It's to the National Tiger Trust, which unfortunately has been neglected from the past 30 years because of the extinction of the tigers. Right now, I think they're cleaning the rooms. So now the excavation has been going on from the past 7 hours, and still nothing else has been found. But we're not sure now whether it's a tiger bone or it could be a local, like local dog bone. So over to Pia Dutt.
Thank you, Lipika. We now have our next news item, which is of the price of drinking water having finally been lowered to 4,750 rupees per litre after much deliberation, as the price had been increased to 4,850 rupees per litre some time back. Now, the reason for this decrease has been because of continuous protests by local people, by a lot of Indians, by non-political citizens, common citizens who have a say in this matter. So to elaborate on this, we have with us Mr. Anil Kumar, who has been an activist for the irrational price rise in water. So over to you, Mr. Anil Kumar. So how has your work been going for this, and what do you have to say about the whole issue?
First of all, thank you so much for having me here. I would like to say I represent the common man, Yam Janta. I really want to get this news to the government that people are not happy. I mean, look at the prices, 4,750. I mean, that's like after the reduction. 4,850, that's not even a price that like people buy water from. The crisis is there, but still, I mean, people require water at affordable costs. I mean, that's really sad. I mean, people are like, all the money and all is going to like rich people's pockets and all. And if people like us don't do anything, why would they even think about us? So no, I just thought if every person can make a difference. So I thought like let's make up a little group and start our own movement there and see where it has reached. Like, I'm sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
So I would like to encourage all the viewers out there also that please contribute to this cause. I've been drinking water, you die if you don't have any. So it's really important for all of you. So support our movement. And yeah, thank you so much again for having me here. Thank you to Galaxy News.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anil Kumar, for having been our guest. Now we move back to the news, and our next item is a tsunami alert, but more on that after a short break. Get back. Continuing with the news, we have the tsunami alert which has rocked the east coast for the third time in the last 5 days. There has been a tsunami alert in the eastern coastal areas of India, and the first two alerts were relatively mild, but this latest alert speaks of a highly destructive tsunami. So all the fishermen have been warned to evacuate the low-lying coastal areas, and a lot of destruction has already taken place due to the heavy waterlogging and the killer tsunami waves. So more on that from our correspondent, Miss Django Fang, who is at the site, who is in Chennai and reporting live to us on this tsunami alert. Over to you, Miss Fang.
Pia, I can't really hear what you're saying because the signal is very weak and there's a lot of disturbance. But I think I can read your mind about what your question exactly is. I'd like to tell you that here it's raining very heavily and the winds are blowing at the speed of probably 100 kilometers per hour. And I find it very difficult to be able to stand over here also. And you see, all the locals have evacuated this place because of the wind and the waves that are blowing and gushing into the coastal areas. And actually what happened is so all the houses are being washed away and blown away, and because of that all the people have evacuated deeper into the cities also, and the trees also are blown. You can see behind me there's nothing. I'm alone over here along with the camera person. There's nothing, only the camera person over here and me. Only the camera person and me. But I'd like to give you this exclusive footage so our viewers can actually witness the live scenes of the tsunami waves hitting the sea. Over to you, Pia.
Thank you, Miss Fang. I'm sorry about that. She just got hysterical because the tsunami is so bad. Okay, so on to our next news item, which is about the 99th state of India. Yes, that conflict which has been going on in Goa. Goa, which was considered to be a small state, not capable of being split. But yes, now we have North Goa and South Goa, which has led to the formation of the formal 99th Indian state. And it is predicted that very soon we will have the 100th Indian state, so we can celebrate the golden jubilee of India's state borders, because the Telangana state might further be divided into Telangana Part 2, and this, as we all know, this trend of states seceding started in 2010, as the Telangana riots led to the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh into Andhra and Telangana. So we now have our 99th Indian state, and Indians, just like the population report, are going bonkers celebrating this big event. And yes, we might just reach a century very soon. More about that on tomorrow's news, as we will have more detailed reports from the politicians themselves. Now, moving on to our next piece of news, which is about the introduction and launch of anti-radiation masks from the veteran cosmetic brand Fair & Lovely. After years of serving the audience with fairness creams, Fair & Lovely has now come out with this anti-radiation mask, which helps in blocking out the ultraviolet rays of the sun, which has been permeating the Earth's surface because of continual ozone layer depletion. More on that from our executive news correspondent, Miss Aisha Mukherjee, who is at the product launch, which is happening in our capital, New Delhi. Over to you, Aisha.
Thanks, Pooja. Hi, I am Aisha Mukherjee, and as you can see, I am standing at the launch of the new product of Fair & Lovely, which is the new anti-radiation masks. And I have with me the corresponding executive spokesperson from Fair & Lovely, Miss Riya Prakash. So, Miss Riya, can you tell us a little bit more about the product?
Well, you see,
I think the product is unique and different in every way. This is the first time a product like this has been launched in India. It's one of a kind for sure.
yeah, what you're saying is right.
It is very, very helpful and useful. As you can see, the environmental conditions are going down, and skin cancer, melanoma, skin pigmentation, skin darkening is all over. We need something. It's pink, pretty, and I love it.
And also, the product
Is very, very good. It is a step above from all those traditional creams which don't seem to help us.
please talk.
Yes, of course. I think I'm more interested and excited about this new launch. But of course, Miss Cha,
Okay, anyway, what I was saying is,
I think this is a revolutionary new product that is going to... Anyways, I think Miss Prakash is a little busy, but till then, you can watch me over Galaxy News. Now over to you, Pooja.
Thank you, Aisha. That is our news correspondent. She came out with an excellent coverage for us, because Miss Prakash seemed to be very busy. And sorry about Miss Mukherjee. She seems to have a little trouble remembering any name except her own. But that is secondary, as we are now heading towards our entertainment section. So here goes. Our first news item in our entertainment section is how Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan, the two big Khans, now 90, are planning for a big comeback, as they are coming out with Karan Arjun Part 2. Karan Arjun, which came out in the 1990s. While we are still talking about sequels, Galaxy News has the privilege of informing you of the launch of Dhoom 24 and Phunk 35 to be released this September. Meanwhile, Mr. Dev Anand, the 130-year-old veteran actor of Indian cinema who has been around since the black and white era, has released a statement in a press conference saying मैं अभी भी जवान हूँ, which means I am still young. And he is coming out with a movie on the current latest Bollywood trends, which definitely he thinks he knows a lot about. Next up, we have news. We have gathered news of a rumor of Salman Khan having married the Zareen Khan look-alike yesterday, that is August 16th, in Panchgani at a very lesser-known temple. So that is about Salman Khan. And we have Korean and Japanese composers who have finally realized that their tunes have continuously been misused by Indian composers and have finally come ahead and sued them for plagiarism. Preetham, who is now on a sick bed, is fretting with worry, and from Galaxy News, we do hope you get well soon, sir. And yes, with that, we have come to the end of our news bulletin of 2050. So that was our special feature on News 2050 from Galaxy News, and I am Pia Datta signing off. And for any news, any information, you know where you have to come. This is Galaxy News, your one stop for all news.